Hey Dream Team, Chef Eric Gephardt here from Kamado Joe. I'm a firm believer that every single barbecue chef needs at least 3 great dessert recipes in their back pocket. I want to introduce you today to one of my favorites. This one is the cast iron chocolate lava cake. Let's get it started. First step in this recipe is stabilizing your grill at 350 degrees. Now we're essentially turning the Kamado Joe today into an oven, so we're going to put our deflector shields in once we've built our charcoal base. I want you to come on in and look at the amount of charcoal that I've got in here. A lot of the videos that I'm seeing online, these folks must have an abundant surplus of charcoal. For those of you like me that are buying your bags of charcoal, we don't need to fill up our whole firebox with charcoal. That's just going to allow our fire to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and plus waste a little bit more. So let's take a look at the amount that we're using for this cook. Again, I see so many videos where we're almost piled up to that lower level of the ring here where the deflector shields sit, and piled up all the way with charcoal. Notice we've just got a small mound here. I've got it banked to the back for great airflow. We can move that to the center if we want to alleviate some of those hot spots, but we're just going to knock those down to the center and put these deflector shields right on and get started. Deflector shields are set. Grill grates are going to go on the upper level. We don't want to set at the lower level. We want to give ourselves a bit of an air gap here just because we're going to gently bake this. All right, the stage is set. Next thing we're going to do is set our cast iron on the grill grates, and we're going to close this lid and let the cast iron come to temperature with the grill. So now that our grill is stabilized, we're going to add 12 tablespoons of butter, and we just need that to melt. While it's melting, we're going to use it to put a fat layer on the cast iron so that our chocolate lava cake doesn't stick. Beauty. While our butter's melting on the Kamado Joe, we're going to go ahead and put together the ingredients for our batter. Very simple. Check it out. 2 cups of self-rising flour. Half a cup of sugar. 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. Give it a mix. Give it a mix. 1 cup of 2% milk, and 2 slight teaspoons of Madagascar alcohol-free vanilla extract. And now we're just going to mix this up. Notice how that's beginning to form almost a dough ball. You can get in there with the hands if you like. And that's what we want. All right, so the butter looks nice and melted now. Notice it hasn't gone over. It's not brown butter. It's just nice and melted. We're going to go ahead and pour this into this glass container and reserve it for the second part of our recipe. Let's take it on over the table. So we've got our reserved butter. We've got our buttered pan here. Now we spread our dough evenly on the bottom of the pan. Just want to smooth that over. And it's okay if we miss a couple spots. As it heats up, it'll begin to melt and fill in those holes. And now we'll pour our melted butter directly on the top. For the next portion of this recipe, we're going to mix our dry topping. 2 cups of sugar, half a cup of cocoa powder. Now that that's mixed, we're going to put it right on top of the butter. Really try to get those edges. Notice how you can see there's clumps of cocoa powder here. It's not 100% mixed. Part of the reason I love this recipe is it's that southern style of dump cake recipes where you're just going in with stuff. Mama Dips made this famous in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. You're just putting in your ingredients. You're not doing a whole lot of work with it. As long as you get your amounts close and you're putting it in the right layers at the right time, you're good. It's really difficult to mess this one up. Now all that's left is the boiling water. 3 cups of boiling water on top of and let's remember the layers here. First we melted the butter, then reserved it, put our batter down, butter back on top, dry ingredient on, and now we're going on with our boiling water. So that's it. Foil the top. Beautiful. Go right on our 350-degree grill, covered, and we're going to check back in 30 minutes. While our cast iron chocolate lava cake is baking in the Kamado Joe, let's go ahead and make a specialized whipped cream. We picked up a little bit of rum yesterday, so I thought it'd be fun to do just a simple sweetened rum whipped cream right on top to set it off. First, we're going to add 1 cup chilled heavy cream. We're going to bring this to a soft peak and then incorporate our other ingredients. You can do this in a stand mixer if you like, but I always like to challenge myself. The idea is to whip air into the cream, so those bubbles that we're creating, that's what we want to see. And once we get that soft peak, that's when we're going to go in with the rest of the ingredients. If you've got kids around, this is a great race, the great whipped cream race. See who can get a peak the fastest and then hold it upside down over their head. That's what we do in the kitchen. If you're not getting any on you, you're just not doing it right. Come on in, we've reached that soft peak stage. Now we're going to begin to incorporate our other ingredients. All right, in with our 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Quarter teaspoon of vanilla. And last but not least, 1 tablespoon spiced rum. Now fully incorporate and whip to a stiff peak. And if you're not sure if it's done or not, there's always the whipped cream test. It's good. So with our stiff peak, let's put it in the piping bag. I've chosen a neat little star tip here so we can get a good decoration on top. Beautiful. And we'll reserve this in the refrigerator until we're ready for it. Check that out. It's going to be good. Taste that spiced rum. So it's been nearly 30 minutes, 28 minutes to be exact, but I get so impatient. And when we're baking, we have to have a little more patience. But like I said, this recipe is tough to mess up. Let's go ahead and lift the lid up, peel the foil back. We're gonna see that it's still a little loose, okay? But we're gonna use the last 5 minutes to 10 minutes to really form that crust on top, and we wanna do that without the foil lid on. Come on over, let's do it. Beautiful. Notice there's a little movement here. We're getting some chocolate bubble going on. We're just gonna form a nice crust here in the next 5 minutes with that foil off the top. All right, let's close the lid and check back in 5. So it's been a couple minutes now. The crust should have formed. This is like Christmas come early. Let's get into this grill. B-U-T. Look at that. All right, we're gonna pull this off and just let it rest a little bit, let everything settle in. This is gonna be fantastic. Little pea shug. Less is more, and let's give it a go. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Look how it just wants to fall apart right there. Beautiful, light, fluffy texture. Oh my God. And maybe, because we've had so much fun today, we'll go with a second piece. Right there. Go on the top again. And then little drizzle. Pea shug. Magnifique. Again, beautiful spongy texture on top. The decadence of that chocolate is just unparalleled. Let's give it a go. Oh my God. It's absolutely everything you want in a dessert. You could push play on this during the summertime, during the wintertime. Just a fantastic, well-balanced dessert. Not too sweet. Again, that cocoa powder was unsweetened, so it's got a great balance there. And it's cool to serve family style in that cast iron if you don't want to go individually plated. Folks, thanks so much for hanging out today. Give this recipe a try and let us know how it turns out for you. Cheers.
Thanks so much for watching, and thanks to Eric for being here today. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all of the products featured in today's video, including those Kamado Joe grills. And if you enjoyed that video, we'd appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know in the comment section down below. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to thesauce.atbbq.com. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.